I guess we can get started. We call this meeting of the Madison Select Board to order on Monday, January 27th, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. Please join me in saluting the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Want the record to show Selectman Moody and Selectman Bean are absent. Consent agenda warrant number 2114, 2024. Number 2 payroll register number 112, 2025. Number 219, 2025. Number 3 116, 2025, and number 4 123, 2005.
I'll make a motion to approve the AP warrants as read and the payroll registers as read.
And I'll second
For the corrected numbers.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve warrants and payroll registers as read. Any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor? All in favor, the motion carries. Acceptance of the minutes of the select board meeting on January 13th, 2025. I'm hoping June.
Move to accept the minutes of January 13th, 2025.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the select board meeting minutes for January 13th, 2025. Any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor? All in favor, the motion carries. Old business. Lakewood Beach watercraft launch policy.
Yes. At the January 13th meeting, Mark Dowdy from Lake Western Association came in and spoke, asking if we could have, if we could put into writing a policy about where we allow motorized watercraft to be launched and where, like the Lakewood Beach area, where motorized is not accessible or acceptable. So Mark and I worked on a draft of the policy, and that's what you have in front of you. So we have 3 access points. We have Nathan Street, East Madison Boat Launch, and Lakewood Beach area. And only the Lakewood Beach area should be limited to carry in watercraft.
So Mark, this is already going on at Lakewood. We just want to make it official. Is that what you're getting to?
That's correct. It already happens.
All right. Questions? Looking for motion to approve.
We approve the draft of the town of Madison municipal water access policy.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the municipal water access policy as proposed by the town manager. Mark, correct? Any questions?
So would we put a sign up out there? I just feel like we should put at least a sign out there. Just, I mean, if it's gonna be in a policy here, I just feel like we should at least have some kind of sign out there, just to say it's, you know, hand carry watercraft, and it's probably a like a bring out, you know, if you bring it in, you have to take it out type of thing. So because probably their purpose to go over there, you want to make sure they carry out too, you know, carry in, carry out, so that it gets left behind.
I think there might already be one over there.
Mark said there wasn't.
There wasn't, okay.
I asked him, remember I asked him
Yeah.
the other night, and he said there wasn't one. But I had thought there was too, but Mark said there wasn't.
There's a sign over there, but it doesn't say anything about watercraft being carried in and carried out.
Right, I just feel like if we're gonna put it here, if we're gonna make a draft, and we're gonna specifically say it, then we should probably at least have a sign to specifically say it.
And then
Nation.
the sign,
Jeff, what's there?
Yeah, I thought I had a picture of it, but yeah, I'll check it out. If there is one, I'll get one made and get put up there.
Yeah, because Mark said the other night that there wasn't one there.
Yeah. And we can, put something on the sign that references the town policy.
Right, that's, yeah,
When I put the marijuana sign out there, the no smoking out there, I didn't see anything out there on that.
Sure,
But you
let's
got,
check it, we'll see. There
there are
isn't,
people that, like, I have a small motor, well, it's a small rowboat that can be, that you can mount a motor on it, and that's carryable. But so is the motor, so it's,
yeah, but it's unmotorized.
if
It
if
says-
it says unmotorized, then it's great,
And it needs to say unmotorized
Right.
on it.
Okay.
Because,
that's my point.
because there's nobody there to do the milfoil checks, so it does need to say unmotorized.
Okay. No, all right, I'll add that. So when I bring it to the next meeting, it'll be, the draft will be amended to say, non-motor, it'll be under the hand carry definition.
Yeah,
Non-motorized watercraft that is manually lifted and placed.
right.
Okay,
all right, all those in favor? All in favor, the motion carries. All right, number 2, term of sheriff contract greater than 1 year.
I had an email chat with, Tim Curtis, the Somerset County Administrator. You might be familiar with him. I asked him if we could do a multi-year contract with the sheriff's office. And he said that this year it would be tough to start a multi-year contract because they're in the process of renegotiating their collective bargaining agreement. So, once they have the new contract in place, it's possible to do a multi-year contract for the length of that collective bargaining agreement with an agreed upon annual increase. But it won't be for this fiscal year.
All right. Well, this year will continue on with just a year. The only thing I'd be careful with on that is if for some reason it doesn't get accepted at town meeting, multi-year deal might be a hindrance.
A hindrance,
Yeah,
okay,
because you can go to town meeting and they can say no to that,
yeah,
or they could cut out what they think is, it's obviously up to the selectmen to decide where money goes, but
right.
if they could at town meeting vote basically the money out, pay for that. So you gotta kind of be careful of that a little bit.
Well,
Right.
we have other contracts that we do that are multi-year or.
Right, but they aren't this big.
That's true, they're not.
The
Right.
was big and they
Yeah.
go to bed and there's a whole bunch of other.
I think you just need,
Okay.
maybe need to, ask MMA or ask. I don't know if it's Lexia or maybe start with MMA to see what they think, just explain to them how we do how the contracted service is done with the sheriff's department. Somebody there might be already familiar with it.
Okay,
And can we enter in at some point, not this year, a multi-year contract with them?
something that would, coincide with their collective bargaining
Right, and
agreement.
it also pin down how much the price is gonna be each year
Okay,
during that period of time. Okay,
all right.
all right, moving on. Items of communication, living well report, we have those, any questions for those? Town manager report on expenses and revenues, we have that. Any comments? Town manager?
We are, I think we're a little bit ahead of, under budget. Not by a lot, but a little bit, and we're just holding firm, paying the bills as they come in, and, I think that, the money is coming in relatively, what's the word I'm looking, steady, consistently, yes, thank you,
And we got another payment of taxes coming out
in March,
the year before we know it.
I know, yep.
All right, any questions for the town manager? All right, report on legislative tour, housing and economic development committee. And that must have been a great tour for you.
Well, it was very interesting. We had. I think it was the whole committee. There were a couple senators and several legislators that came from Augusta, to view 55 Weston Avenue and the Timber HP, mill. And they had questions about, how was the financing made available for, the affordable housing units, and were there any ordinances or anything that the state could do to help that process along, because we're in such a dire need of affordable housing. Sam did a great job presenting what they had done, and stated very clearly it's a partnership with the town and with the state, not just the developers, that it was across the board, everybody participated and everybody has skin in the game, so to speak. And at Timber HP, I had never been inside the mill ever, and that was pretty. It's like a big concrete cemetery, in some places, because there's just nothing but concrete pillars. But there, in other places, they have the manufacturing processes going, and they have, we were able to see the timber fill, some of the timber fill product that they, he showed us that, and how they packaged that. And then they also took us up to the bat line, and showed us, it goes through, it gets cut, it gets stacked, it gets wrapped in poly, and and then they've got this robot arm that just comes and picks it up and places it on the pallet. So, and then they believe that the timber board is planning to be, production is going to start, I think they said fourth quarter. So I don't know if they're a January to December fiscal year or July to June fiscal year, but timber board is supposed to start fourth quarter. So, and they're in the process right now of going for their Series B bond financing. So it was very interesting. A little loud in there, it's hard to hear. But
Did you go anywhere else? Did you go to Scout or anything?
I did not participate in the rest of it. So I went to, I was supposed to be on a call with FEMA, and I missed the call with FEMA. I had Cheyenne sit in on it for me, but Jeff can speak to that. I think you were on that call.
Yes, I was. They just rejected opened the disaster relief from April. They rejected our proposal to fix two places that were missed during the flooding of last April. And so we're gonna have to go a different route to get those fixed up. I'm meeting with the DEP tomorrow morning. To go over a few things to see what we can. Yes, yeah.
Ooh, April or December? The December 23
It
storm?
was the April 24.
No,
It was 23 storm. It was either one or both of them,
okay,
yeah.
all right.
So it had gotten missed anyways. So we had our last meeting back in, right after I started, first September.
Yeah.
We closed it out, so.
Yeah.
So,
All right, thank you very much.
okay,
Moving on. New business. Number one, review matching grant applications and determine awards. We've had them, we've looked at them. We have 5 applications. We have one to Good and Plenty, 2 for $5,000, one to Economy Trophy for $5,000, one to Salter Dental for $5,000. Went to Fonzo's for $5,000 and went to Lake Westernset for $592.58. Question I had on the Good and Plenty was, and Kathy brought it up a little bit earlier, there were no quotes. Seemed like everybody else had quotes. That's something that we can get once we,
Yes. I do have an estimate. I'm sorry, I thought I had printed this off for you guys. If that's not in there, I apologize. I can, yeah. The estimate was like $57,000.
Fine line.
so we have about 35,000 approved,
Yes.
and we have about $20,592.58.
Yes.
They couldn't have. Tell Mark he couldn't have found $408, $7.42, Mark, to get to 1,000.
Oh, and he's no longer on.
Oh, he's
the
no
Zoom.
longer on.
He's no longer on the Zoom call. If you want to give him $1,000, I'm sure that they'll
No, I
take it.
no, I don't wanna do that.
But they have to come up with the other half to match it.
Yeah. All right, so we wanna take them one at a time, we wanna take them all together.
I'm okay with taking them all together.
Okay, let's make it a motion.
I will make a motion to approve the Good and Plenty, for 5,000, Economy Trophy for 5,000, Salter Dental for 5,000, Lake West Runsett for $592.58, and for Bonzo's for $5,000.
I would second that.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the following for $5,000 grant, Good and Plenty 2, Economy Trophy, Salter Dental, in Fonzo's, and Lake Westernset for $592.58. Any questions? So I guess my question would be, are we gonna go out again for the
Another
rest of
round?
this?
Well, we
Nobody
can.
that's here. Or do you wanna just hold on to it?
I-
mean, that's up to the board. I mean,
I think the grant is a matching grant up to $5,000.
right,
So I think that we should not exceed that at this round. So we can save the rest of it to
another
do
round.
another round.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Jeff?
So what was the Good and Plenty two? Is that the one in Scally?
Oh, no.
It's in Madison on 201.
201.
Right.
201 by the old,
And what was the Lakewood for?
They have a. I don't remember what
It's an
called.
oxygen meter.
Oxygen meter,
Yeah.
so
Oh, for the
Lakewood,
Lakewood.
Lake Westernset Association.
They have one that they gotta replace.
They need to replace the
They need
meter.
to
They
replace
have,
the
it's
meter.
a $1,200 project. They're asking for $592.58.
The water quality.
Dissolved oxygen meter.
And we're clear on these, they have so many months to get this done, a year to get it done, I believe,
Mhm.
right?
I
Yes.
think it was in there.
Yeah,
it's
so
in
just
there.
make sure everybody's aware of that. All right, looking for, we have a motion and a second to approve these as read. Any other questions? Seeing none, all those in favor? All in favor, the motion carries.
I will notify the recipients.
All right, yes, please. All right, citizens' concerns? Seeing none, like what concerns, what? Mrs. Estes?
So I don't know if it's really concerning, maybe I should have brought it up, one of the other, the Lakewood Beach thing, but, we all got a survey.
I was gonna ask
Email
that,
to
same-
us.
I was gonna ask that of Mark, but
Yeah.
he left before I could get it. I don't know how to fill it out, so I mean, I don't have really a lot of working knowledge of everything at the lake.
Neither do I, but I guess it's important for us to fill it out, but it's also important for people in the community to fill that out.
Mhm.
But in that email, what it said to us was that if we were on their mailing list, we would get one mailed to us. Well, we're not on, I don't believe I'm on their mailing list. I mean, I always thought it was a part of, I always thought it was like Lake Association. I thought it was a certain group of people, whoever they are, right?
Yep.
Lake Association, that's what I thought. And so that's what I thought I thought that's what the survey was important for. So I thought, I'm not gonna bother to fill that out. I'm not on that, that's how I felt. Well, I reached out, or I think in the passing, I don't know, I saw somebody that was on that list and we just got talking about it and they said, no, we want everybody everybody that uses that lake, or whatever, we want everybody's input from that. And I go, oh, so you really do want me to answer that?
Well,
Because I said, I wasn't going to.
Problem is, they're very specific in those questions, so I mean, do you feel comfortable doing it? I don't, because I don't really have any knowledge of what they, I know what it says, I read the whole thing, but I don't feel comfortable filling that out because I don't have the knowledge of it.
Well, I don't either, because I don't do it, but, I mean, but what do I want to see them do? I mean,
Good,
there
yeah.
could be people out there in our community that
Yeah.
can say, you know, what they want to see from that.
Right.
Yeah.
I always felt like, if Mark was here, I would say it out loud to him, I always felt like the Lake Association were very tight, and they really didn't want input from everybody else. That's how I always felt.
I don't know about everybody in the community, but I think
I think
they
a lot
want
of
select
people-
board input to stuff.
Huh?
They want select board. input
No, they
to
really
stuff.
want everybody in the community, because I
Yeah.
really did, I had that conversation
Well,
with
They
somebody.
need to get it out to people and.
Yes,
Make it
they've
simple.
emailed it and,
Is that something we can put on our website? Is that
Yes.
something that you could, like,
Oh,
you know, the
Should
people
we,
that,
should we ask Mark first about that?
Yep.
That's something he wants to do.
I will.
I mean, I got the impression, even eventually after, when I went back and I looked at it, it was like, yeah, anybody can answer that, and they,
Okay,
Yeah, they're very general questions. I have them here.
I'll find out if we can put it on the website, and if we can, I'll get it out there and I'll put it on the town sign, check the website, answer the questions.
okay.
So,
Thanks.
I like that they're reaching out though. I mean, it's a big piece of our community. So,
exactly.
All right, looking for a motion to go into executive session, to discuss poverty abatement matter pursuant to one MRSA 405-6
make a motion.
Oh,
to
yeah.
executive session.
I guess I'll second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second to go into executive session, to discuss a poverty abatement matter pursuant to one MRSA 405-6F. All those in favor? All in favor, the motion carries.